Gymea leaves, or Dorianthus excelsa, is a very hardy foliage. It grows to about 1.8 meters long, so it's approximately about 6 feet. So it was going to be very good for traditional arrangements for churches or for corporate designs, near a stage, even for an event. The good thing about this too is it's so flexible that you can bend it and curl it through your hands like this to make it look differently, just like that. And you've got things that are quite straight. You can also loop them and staple them together to create that loop that you wanted using a hand stapler. Create that for your design as well. But for today, what we're going to do is we're going to cut them in different segments like this, and we're going to add them into a clear vase. And I've got one here that we've done earlier today. What we need to do is to fill the container or the vessel with floral foam. Secondly is you cut the segments of your Gymeas and then stick them onto the vase, just like we've done here. To make it more interesting as well, is we also have the other product that Cedar Hill Group has been supplying the world, and that's the Flexi Grass. The Flexi Grass, as the name implies, is flexible. So you can do everything with it. You can create a whole bunch and whip them like this, and it won't break. Also, you can continuously loop them like so. With continuous loops creates not just a static line, but a dynamic line as well. It creates much more interest in your design, just like so. Or you can just basically, what we're going to do in this design is we create rings. To create those rings is to create 3 stems of Flexi Grass, bind them together like so, and continuously roll them as if you're rolling a cord together. And by just going through that, you start to create a beautiful ring of having the yellow side of the Flexi and the green tips of the Flexi. Once you've done that, all you're going to do is to recut the stems, tip the ends, and stick them into your design. Once you've done this one, what we want to do is to create a very unique design using simply all the foliages that are available from Australian Floral Company. The other one that they have is the umbrella fern. The vase life is 7 days, but when you cut them shorter and put them in a design like this, they would last a little bit longer. Also to mention that the vase life of the Gymea lasts for over 4 weeks in the cold room and 2 weeks in the arrangement. But as it changes the color of the tips, it's quite easy to just cut the edges like this, and you'll get another week out of them. That's the best. The good thing about these ones is you can always use them for really long time arrangements like corporate designs and also for shopping centers. Now we've covered our container with 1 umbrella fern. Time to use what we call the Santeria grass. They call it the steel grass, and what's good with this, the only difference between this and the Flexi Grass is you can't loop them. But the good thing about this too is a little bit flexible, but not as flexible as the Flexi Grass. Today what we're going to do is we're going to use them as bunches to create a parallel design. We're going to put clusters of the grass into this arrangement, and we'll fill the whole area with Santerias. We'll start with the ends to be able to figure out our boundaries. Make sure that you're pushed through to the center as well. Santeria grass, or steel grass that is, lasts quite well, and as they age, they would still retain the strength of being upright. Eventually will turn celadon green in color and then brown. But that would take a while before it reached that stage. Santeria grass is a native to Australia. They take long time to grow, and they only grow, the stump of it grows about that much per year. So I think that some of those trees that we have are approximately about 100 years old. Once you've created the hedge of steelgrass, we're now ready to add some color. But because the emphasis is on the length and the beauty of the main foliage, we don't want to add too many flowers with this particular design. So in this one, we're going to use 3 roses. So this particular design can be used for a romantic dinner, as a present for an engagement, or just a design simply placed on the mantelpiece. Having the 3 rose heads over there just complements the entire straight features of this steelgrass. We also have here what you call the Geraldton wax, another Australian native flora. They're used with different things. We can use them for corsages, buttonholes, for posies, bouquets, and this arrangement. You can buy them with flowers in them. It comes in pink, white, but then when it comes to be like a bud one, it's much easier to work with and also gives you a really good interest in your design. Finally, we'll add a simple branch to give you a contrast with the curved line of the branch and the straight lines of the steelgrass, making sure that we stay parallel to the entire composition. The excess tops of your Santeria, we try to use them as well because, you know, florists usually use every single bit that we can find. So we can use some of this in a short cylinder bud vase and use them with some short roses as well. Add some water when you finish with the design. Another design tip brought to you by Cedar Hill Group.